Today we're going to be talking a little bit about what the purpose of the Path to Prosperity webinar is. We'll get a brief overview of the program as a whole, then talk specifically about the business concept application, followed by some application instructions, and then we'll have time for a question and answer session at the end. So, as you listen and look through the presentation, please write down any questions you might have. Our goal today is to make you comfortable and confident with what the purpose of this program is. So we'd like to answer those questions at the end. And let's get started. We began out of a vision of a more independent, resilient, and interconnected regional economy. At Root, we believe that encouraging local businesses can result in growth and improvement throughout the region. These are important because they can create pathways to financial self-sufficiency and can promote inclusive, resilient rural economies. South Bay is a unique place with unique challenges. Innovation, energy, and hard work of local entrepreneurs can be a major part of the solution to those challenges. Prosperity emphasizes what is known as a triple bottom line approach to business development. As you see on this slide, we have three parts. Traditional businesses are focused on economic profit or the bottom line. The line approach recognizes that a business also impacts the environment and the social and cultural fabric of the community where it's located. We all call these lines people, profit, and planet. By triple bottom line businesses, we expand growth past simple profitability to sustainable use of the environment and relationships with the people in our communities. Prosperity, or P2P, was born out of the desire to help local Southeast Alaskan entrepreneurs and small business owners start and grow their triple bottom line business. So what is Path to Prosperity? Prosperity is a sustainable business development competition with rounds. One, to submit their business concept or business idea. At this stage, we don't need a detailed business plan. We just want to get to know your business idea and why you think your idea is sustainable or triple bottom line friendly. The application period opens April 1st, closes May 31st. When applications are due by 11:59 p.m. May 31st to submit it online. Postmarked by May 31st is submitting through the mail, and in-person submissions should be brought to our Juneau office before 5 p.m. on May 31st. Feedback, and we want to help you succeed. So please don't hesitate to reach out and ask for help on your business concept anytime before the applications are due. The applications are submitted. They will be presented to a panel of 3 independent judges, and the 12 finalists will be selected. These finalists will be announced July 9th and will move on to round 2. Round begins with the 12 finalists attending our business boot camp from September 28th to the 30th, while travel, meals, and lodging provided. The camp is a 3-day intensive set of workshops and one-on-ones with local experts who will help teach the finalists the skills they need to make an individual plan, enhance their entrepreneurial skills, expand their network and resource base. Then, starting October 1st, finalists will begin applying what they learned at the boot camp to round 2 application, which is their business plan. Then submit their completed plans by December 2nd. The plans are reviewed by an independent panel of 5 judges. 2 selected and are to be announced at the Innovation Summit here in Juneau in February and receive a $25,000 grant for technical assistance or consulting services, as well as receiving ongoing business development support from the Spruce Root team. So a quick overview overview of the key dates and the key events in the Path to Prosperity competition. On to the current priority is our business idea or the business concept application. So the business concept application has two parts. Part one is your business idea, and two is how it relates to our social and conservation interests. So on your business idea, there are three questions. The first one asks you to describe the product or service that your business will be providing. Second, asks you to describe the problem or the need or the opportunity that you want to solve with your product or service. And the question is how your product or service is different and better relative to other products or services addressing the same need or problem. You can see these are just kind of three questions to really start getting at what you're hoping to accomplish with your business. Part two aims to help you think a little bit more about these triple bottom line ideas, social and conservation parts of your plan. So again, three questions. We ask how the business contributes to conservation and sustainable use of natural resources and how this will be measured. The question asks how you will ensure that revenue from your business stays in the local economy. And finally, how business will contribute to development of leadership and self-determination in your community. These questions on the business concept application is to be specific, as specific as possible, and support your claims with numbers and research whenever or wherever possible. I'd like to imagine I'd like you to imagine as an applicant that you are speaking with someone with no background into your product or service. This application should enable the judges to understand what you want to do and why, and convince the judges that your business idea is appealing enough to win $25,000. Two is getting at those triple bottom line ideas we talked about earlier. Recommend that you aim to be convincing but honest. That's how your individual business utilizes natural resources, how use is measured, and how you're interested in doing that. The same advice applies to ensuring revenue stays local and how it promotes leadership and self-determination. We know some of these ideas might be new or seem totally unrelated to your business. If that's the case for you, feel free to get in touch. We're more than happy to provide feedback, as we mentioned earlier, on your business concept and to discuss the triple bottom line principle with you in more detail. So, that is the business concept application. Again, that's the first part of our process, and it's due May 31st. With that, the next stage, once you get the business application written up, is to apply. And applying, we hope, is pretty easy. We want to direct you to the Spruce Root website at spruceroot.org. And up here in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see a link that says Our Programs and a drop-down menu with P2P business competition. Click on it with that second green arrow. You'll see a nice big button, Learn More and Apply. Go ahead and click on that. Then you should see this lovely picture of some oysters, and below it, a green button that says Apply. Once here, you'll see an application form. It will ask for some basic details about you, and then it will also ask you to upload your business concept application. And I should send it over my direction. Quick, brief overview and summary. Hopefully it's helped you get a little bit more familiar with what Path to Prosperity is. And so with that, we will go ahead and open up the floor to questions. Let me just go over and make sure I can unmute everybody. a moment here.
I have a question.
Mr. Speaker?
Yep. So, application, all we need to do is submit those questions that are on the application.
Yes. So just please submit the answer to those applications along with the application form details on the website. And that's basically your name and some other basic information.
Right.
I've got everybody unmuted. Go ahead and in if you've got a question.
Oh, can you hear me? This is Iris.
If you could speak up just a little bit, I think that'll help.
Right. I was just wondering if you could give some examples of past participants you've chosen for the finalists. I've seen a couple on the website, but just maybe if you could give a more broad scope of maybe why you chose them.
Yeah, that's a great question.
Where does this one go?
So last year's two winners were, one of them is doing a hydroponic greenhouse, and the other participant is apple orchard. So I wasn't here at the time. However, kind of due to both of those plans, they were able to give good, solid, detailed plans. So what I mean by that is that they did research on their communities. They were able to break down their business financials and put together a really feasible plan. And they were also able to show how these businesses would be good for the three aspects of the triple bottom line. So they were helping local, they were profitable, they were helping people in the community, and they were also enabling some sustainable environmental practices. For past participants that we've chosen, one included at least one coffee shop from the previous year. And we also have another company, both businesses were food businesses last year because that was the focus of the competition. And then we've had farms in the past. We have a ski making organization. So yeah, those are some of the past winners. Does that the answer to your question?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's just highlighting more of what you're saying about those things that you're looking for. And secondly, you said that February was the dates in which the finalists are announced?
That's typical. That's probably our one date that isn't totally set in stone at this moment in time. So it's traditionally we've announced the winners at the Innovation Summit in February, but that may change. So as things get closer, we will definitely pick a date and make it known, especially to our finalists. Laura. All right, don't be afraid. Please speak up if anybody's got any questions.
This is Paul. Is there a page limit to this round one application? How much space do you get?
Page limit. Thank you. That's a great question. There's a 6-page limit to the business concept application, which is what we're really focused on right now to get started. So 8 pages past 6 will not be read by our judges. So please stick to 6 pages.
talk more about the leadership and self-determination aspect of the part 2 of the business concept?
That's another good question. Some applicants, when they talked about leadership and self-determination in their application, they reflected on
Where did one go?
kind of a variety of ways that they do that in the community.
Where's this one?
In the past, have included training that they would provide to the employees that they would have as part of their organization. It includes all times participants include plans to work with schools or the education program in their community. So, you know, maybe they would provide classes for school students, middle school, you know, whatever age group is more appropriate, that kind of thing.
Where does it go?
So you can kind of look, you know, down the food chain, reaching out to different organizations in the community, as well as internally at the people directly involved in the organization. So growing managers or providing leadership for their management team to education programs.
Wait, some more.
Does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you.
Great.
I have a follow-up. The majority of the businesses funded through the program, do they tend to be toward nonprofit or do you have a wide range of businesses by and funded?
That's a great question. Actually, our program is specifically tailored for profit businesses. So unfortunately, we're not working with nonprofit organizations for this particular program. Any organization that is making a profit based in Southeast Alaska is really our market. Is that all of your question, Maria?
It does. Thank you.
Okay.
And this is Iris with one more question.
Great.
In terms of the technical support money that is granted to the 2 finalists, how is that allotted throughout? How is that given, and how could you give an example of the range in which that money has been utilized for these different businesses?
Absolutely. So typically what happens is after the finalists are announced, like I previously mentioned, part of the package is also that you'll receive a year of ongoing support from this booster team. So that will be myself and Paul, my colleague. And so after you're announced as a finalist, you're working with us, and then let's say you want to attend or you'd like to pay for some marketing or branding. You'd send us the request, and we would then make the payment directly to the company that you're paying for the marketing or branding. Mm-hmm. And typically, finalists will include details in their business plan of how they're intending to use the funds for the development of their business. So that'll be thought out quite ahead of time. That shifts some, but we're hoping part of that can be thought out and planned ahead of time. But there's definitely some wiggle room there.
And with that description of technical support, how wide-reaching is that? I mean, marketing, branding, that's pretty straightforward. In terms of like something like developing a website or developing markets and research in that realm, is that considered under the umbrella of technical support?
so. When we're talking about technical support and consulting, kind of line that we're drawing there is that we're not able to, we want to enhance your capacity, and we don't want, the grants are not used for purchasing equipment or paying expenses. We're looking for things that are going to enable your business to grow over a long term, as opposed to only a short-term need and gap.
Okay. Wonderful.
Question. Anybody else want to chime in?
I think if I add something to that.
What was that?
You can add something to that last question.
Please. For those of you who aren't aware, this is Paul, my colleague. He's been with us for several years and is teaching me everything I know. Paul?
Thanks. So it's really an interesting question, Iris. You know, what's eligible, an eligible use of the award funds? And like Ashley said, the objective here is not to help businesses keep the doors open today, but to position you for success going forward. And some of that may be, you know, hiring a marketing consultant to do some research, or doing your branding and design work. You know, businesses in the past have also used this for professional development. You know, we had somebody win who started a cafe and a bakery in Petersburg, and she was able to use this to pay tuition at the San Francisco Baking Institute and like really learn how to bake a lot of really awesome bread. And so building a skill set as an entrepreneur or a practitioner or a technician or whatever it is another like really excellent use of those award funds, in my opinion. Thank you.
Did I answer okay, Iris?
Thank you. That gives a wonderful overview and attention in what for. So thank you. Yeah.
Great. And thank you for expounding on that, Paul, and giving us some more historical examples. That's great.
What do they do? They're on my sheet.
Other questions we can answer.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
In terms of the application, how heavy is the preference for entries coming from outside of the Juneau Ketchikan-Sitka community?
Question. We have a cap on the number of finalists per committee, so our maximum number of finalists per community is 2. And I would say that historically we've had more applications from Sitka and Juneau, you know, than some of the smaller communities. So I guess that cap may make it a little bit more competitive, but at the same time, we've had some really good participants.
What the maximum number of finalists per community was?
2 finalists per community.
2 finalists per community for the 12 for the camp?
Yes, total for the camp. So finalists will advance from round 1 to round 2, and there's a maximum of 2 finalists per community.
Okay.
I can also shed some light on that. We're getting into the weeds, so if it's at all helpful. So no more than 2 per community can advance to the final 12.
Sorry, I can't hear. There's some. It's very difficult to hear.
A second, let me see if I can. Again?
How can you hear me now?
Thank you.
Historically, you know, 2 community, we think of Juneau, Ketchikan, and Sitka as being like the urban centers in Southeast Alaska. If you look over 5 years of the competition, about half of our applications have come from those three communities, and about half of them have come from outside those communities. Each year, most half of the finalists will be from those three communities, and half of them will be from others. Typically, I can tell you the distribution of scores, while we do tend to get more applicants from those than other communities, over the years, we've gotten stronger and stronger applicants from communities all across the region, and to be honest, that two-bid cap typically eliminates that many businesses from contention. The raw scores themselves tend to be pretty well distributed and representative of the whole region. So what that's worth, it doesn't impact the final 12 to a very large degree at all. That's a big shoe.
Great. Thank you, Paul.
Did I read something in the literature on your website that says that one of the finalists has to come from a rural community, and the second could be either?
Yeah, so one of the two finalists will from a rural community, and then the other one is anywhere. Yeah. I guess kind of getting a little bit more of the background into that, a big focus that we have here at Spruce Root and then at Path to Prosperity is really getting the small rural communities involved and trying to help them and support them as much as we can. And so that is part of why we emphasize that at least one finalist is from a rural community. More to keep coming our way? Any questions we can answer? If any questions come to you, please feel free to reach out. I would love to chat with any and all of you and help in any way that I can. Our goal is to enable you, to help you grow, and to help grow your business ideas. So ideally, we'd love to hear and have each of you as applicants for Path to Prosperity, but if not, please feel free to reach out, and we do forms of business assistance as well, so please send me an email, send Paul an email, and we look forward to hearing from you. So thanks so much, and have a great evening.
Thank you.